After Joshua died, the Israelites began to do what was evil in the Lord's sight. The people failed to obey God's law to worship Him alone. They worshiped the gods of the people who lived near them. And God was angry with their sin. So God sent a foreign king to capture the people as a consequence.
The Israelites cried out to the Lord to save them. God raised up Othniel to save them. Othniel was the first judge of Israel, a leader who led Israel to follow God and saved them from their enemies. The Spirit of the Lord was with Othniel, and he defeated this foreign king in battle. God's people turned away from sin and had peace for over 40 years. Then Othniel died.
After Othniel's death, the people went back to worshiping other gods and doing evil in the Lord's sight. So God sent King Eglon of Moab to attack and defeat his people as a consequence for their sin. Then the Israelites cried out for God to save them from slavery. So God raised up another judge, Ehud, who would save the people from King Eglon.
Ehud made a short sword and hid it on his thigh under his clothes. He went to visit King Eglon with a gift. When no one else was around, Ehud used his hidden sword to defeat the king, and then Ehud secretly escaped. King Eglon's servants returned to find him dead on the floor.
After Ehud escaped, he sounded the ram's horn, and all of Israel met him. Ehud said, "The Lord has handed over your enemies, the Moabites." The Israelites fought against Moab and won. Then Israel had peace for 80 years. Later, God raised up a third judge named Shamgar. He delivered Israel from their enemies, the Philistines.
God brought consequences to his people for their sins, but he also raised up judges to save them from their enemies. We also have consequences for our sins, but God sent Jesus to save us from our sins once and for all.